All right, this is One Last Midnight. Welcome back to another episode of Valheim. So Valheim last night did an update somewhere around 2 o'clock in the morning. At least in the US, it was about 2 o'clock in the morning. And the date of that was February 25th to put us at version 0.146.8. Now, in this update, there's been some major changes. The biggest one coming to the updated socketed backend, which should improve connection issues for a lot of players. So some players were having problems connecting to a server, and this should resolve that issue or at least make it better. And they also added the Vulkan support, which has been enabled in the Windows builds. That might fix some of the problems that people are experiencing with random crashes for the GPU drivers. Now, in order to get the Vulkan support in, the best thing to do is to go to your library and right-click on Valheim, go to Properties, and in the Launch Options to add the following -force-Vulkan, and then it will automatically force start. When you start up Valheim, it'll bring up a question saying, do you want to play Vulkan or do you not want to play Vulkan? And for those of you who don't know what Vulkan is a low overhead cross-platform 3D graphics and computing API, which targets high-performance real-time 3D graphics applications such as video games and interactive media across all platforms. It actually came out, the release date was January 15, 2020. It had initial release date on 2016, but has been adopted by several games and several platforms to use as their cross-platform 3D graphic solution. Now, another important thing to note that with this update, there were some changes to the character save data. And so once you go to this new version, your character will no longer be able to go back to a previous version. So if you haven't updated yet, make a backup copy of your character information in your save file. And that way, if you want to revert back, you can still use the same character. Otherwise, you're toast and you have to go from this version on forward. There's been a really nice quality of life update that was made, which is the visible to other players setting on the map. This data is now saved to your world instead of your player information. So when you log on to a dedicated server and you have set that visible to other players and then log off, it will now be set when you log back in again as whatever the last setting was, visible or invisible. This is a really nice feature because I got really tired of having to turn that on every time I went to my dedicated server so that I could be seen by other players. Good quality of life change. Another change that was made was to a couple of the boss battles. So currently right now they felt that Bone Mass and several of the other bosses were a little bit too weak. And so they've gone ahead and made them a little bit more challenging. At least they're saying that we were killing them off too fast. And my response to that was, well, you just didn't quite make them hard enough, did you? So, what are we supposed to do? You gave us something to kill, we're going to kill them off. There was also a change to the F2 functionality, which is the network stats, to give you more information to show essentially how much, connection data is being sent and received and how many people are online and so on and so forth. This might be to help easily identify the problems that they're having with multiplayer, but I'm not too sure. But it's nice to have more information in this dialogue to begin with. And there were several items that were also fixed that I didn't quite cover fully, but you can read here on the list. All right, well, that's it for me and the Valheim news. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'd love to have you in the community. If you want to follow me on any of my social media, you can find the links in the description below, and make sure to hit that notification bell. That way you know when I go live and when I post new videos. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.